Easier than the first round simply because you've done it once, even though it's a different breath. Cool. Also, probably the breath you guys are most connected to. And this is, I'm going to go back to the same thing. If you want to be a good teacher, do yoga more. You know, the more you do the things you're teaching, the better you're going to be, right? It always makes me laugh when my kids in my art classroom are like impressed that I can make art. I'm like, how can I be an art teacher if I couldn't make art, you know? But it's the same thing with yoga and the breathing and whatever it is you're teaching. If you want to be a good teacher, just do it more. Huh? Ujjayi. Ujjayi. Ujjayi.
How does this play?
Yes. Jai, actually, in Kapala Yoga, we end by saying Jai Bhagwan, which is like victorious. But it's really, it means victorious. But most people call it ocean sounding breaths because it sounds like an ocean. That's like its colloquial name, but really it's victorious. Any other questions?
How do you use this like during posture? So like we're guiding it right now like just as a breathing exercise, but like when you're going through posture.
Oh yeah,
like, fine, breathe to this part of your back. I can never do that.
Oh, you know what I always say to that? If when a teacher says breathe into a region of your body where your lungs don't live, I love that one. So I always preface it by saying, breathe into your lower back. And even though your lungs don't live in your lower back, I want you to think about that region of your body as you're taking deep Ujjayi breaths.
Okay, so you're not actually doing it.
What?
Like I would
You can breathe into your lower back.
Right, so I'm failing at that.
So if you put your hands there, what's really, you're not really breathing into your lower back, right? That's not actually happening. What's happening is you're taking such a deep breath that your ribs and eventually even your pelvis are moving so subtly that it's stretching and opening some of the deepest postural muscles in your lower back.
Okay.
That's what's really happening when they say breathe into those regions, but there's also physically, but then mentally, it's about being mindful, right? If you breathe into a certain region of your body, if you think you have an injury, you will feel that injury, right? This is how our mind works. You get a paper cut. Paper cut's life-threatening, right? You're gonna feel that paper cut forever. You put the Band-Aid on it, gone. Right? Because you just don't feel it anymore. And this is like the crazy thing with the body. This is like, I don't know, I remember when I was a kid, like not wanting to go to school and like faking sick, and then I actually would get sick. You know, I don't know if that was just me, but I feel like teachers do this more to get you in your body, less to make your lungs open. You know, your lungs are not going to open your knee. You know, that's a good point.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Like what I'm noticing, like there's 8 limbs of yoga, and all the limbs, the main purpose is to basically slow down your mind from in the avidya and making bad decisions and all that. So for example, we do the asanas, basically we tire out and we're in shavasana. That helps the mind shut off because we're wiped out, let's say, and we're in shavasana. But like the Ujjayi breath, like for example, we used our body to help slow our mind down with the asanas. But like with the Ujjayi breath, it's stimulating that vagus nerve, so it's helping slow down the mind from a totally different physical process through your nervous system. So it's like approaching on the actual scientific level the stopping of the mind stuff from a different area of your body, so to speak. So I'm seeing how combining all these things, the asana, the mindfulness and meditation, and now even this through your nervous system, it's all combining to the same end. It makes it more powerful than just having one tool, so to speak. Am I thinking correctly?
Absolutely. And the reason why I'm such a huge advocate for pranayama is because you can't whip out a yoga pose in the middle of your daily life. You know what I mean? You can't get into like a verbal altercation with someone and be like, I'm gonna go do some Surya Namaskar A and then we'll do this again. But you can bring the pranayama into conversations that are tough, into moments that are, you don't need anything to breathe. And so but you're absolutely right when you say these things. And you know, the other thing too is that yoga is meant to not just quiet your mind, it's meant to focus you, make you alert. Pranayama is not intended to make you sleepy. It's intended to ground you and make you alert. These two that we just did were calming. We are gonna focus now on alternate nostril, which is incredibly focusing, which is the one I would do, like, you know, when I would have to write papers and things like that when I was younger. I would do a little bit of this first just to like shift gears from life to focus. So do we need to stand or can we keep going? I'm gonna give you guys a break at 3. Leslie texted me that I'm gonna give you a break in 15 minutes if that's okay, because the cafe closes at 3 now. So if you needed to get anything, we'll do a break from 2:45 to 3. And then I'm gonna keep you, she said I could have you until 4, because whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, like this fill out chart stuff, is just gonna be homework. Sound good? Or 4 to 5? When do you guys end?
3:30.
Oh, from liars. So from 4 to 5, she said it's gonna be like study hall, where you're just here and doing stuff.
They don't know what to do with us from 4 to 5.
No, they know. Trust me, it's right here.
4:45.
I'll help you guys a little bit before I head out, but then I gotta go because my husband's in school and my puppy right now is probably eating my whole house. Okay, so let's do Nadi Shodhana and then we'll take a break. Sound good? Okay. Nadi Shodhana and Analoma Valom. Both of these are basically the exact same thing. The difference is that one involves a kumbhaka. Kumbhaka, the last word, if you look at Analoma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing with kumbhaka. Kumbhaka is a breath retention. Holding the breath is contraindicated for people that are pregnant. I have a bunch of people that come to my class all the time that are pregnant. Yoga teachers tend to be some of the first people that know when people are pregnant, hopefully, because they should tell you, because there are things they shouldn't do, like holding their breath. Got a little baby in there. It's got to breathe. So they're not going to do that. Everything we've done so far is not contraindicated for anything. Analoma Viloma, without the retention, is alternate nostril breath. They're literally the same thing. So alternate nostril breath, has anybody done it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alternate nostril is a favorite for many. Its more historical explanation is that the nadis, there's the Ida and the Pingala, which are masculine and feminine energies that kind of circulate up the spine through the Sushumna, which is, if you do, has anybody ever done Kundalini? So they focus a lot on the nadis and the Sushumna and this like double helix kind of spiraling of energy that goes up your spine. And it is said that Nadi Shodhana purifies that. So it helps you to connect with the Sushumna, which is this, it's believed to be kind of like a double helix kind of shape of energy that comes up the spine and out the head. So people that connect to it, it's like a very deep meditative state for that reason. But very simply, it's an incredibly focusing breath. So if you want to look at it from like a non-esoteric way, why is it focusing? Because there's a whole lot to do. We got one nostril in, one nostril out, fingers, things like that, and that's why it's focusing. If you don't ascribe to the energetic properties of it, that's fine. That's how it does. So traditionally, we do it with Vishnu Mudra. Vishnu Mudra, give me a peace sign. I want you to take those fingers into your hand, extend the other fingers. Pointer and middle finger into the palm, extend the other 3. Does this hurt anybody's hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always gonna hurt some people's hands. So some people, this is the traditional way to practice it. Pointer and middle in the palm, up to the nose. The easier way is pointer and middle finger, rest on the bridge of your nose. Alternate nostril breath is exactly what it sounds like. You're breathing in and out of nostrils, alternating sides. So the point here is you want a slow breath, but it is not ujjayi. It's just a normal nasally breath. No ujjayi sound. We want to feel it in the nose. Looks like this. I like to do it with the mudra, but again, you can do it pointer and middle on the bridge of the nose. So I would inhale through both nostrils, just watch for a second. I close my nostril, my right nostril with my thumb, and I exhale left. I inhale left. Close with my ring finger, exhale right. And I would continue as such. If I start by exhaling, I always start with an inhale. And then I start an inhale through both nostrils. If I exhale out of my left nostril first, I just want to complete my cycle. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So just be mindful. If you mess that up, like no one's going to blow up or anything, it does not matter. So the transitions are after your inhale. I want you guys to experience this because that's the best way. You can encourage the expansiveness of Dirga by just, once they're into it, telling them to take a full breath into the belly, into the chest, but you don't have to get too much into that. This is, like I said, an incredibly focusing one. I love to teach this after Shavasana. Like right after, I'll finish my class 10 minutes early. And after Shavasana, I'll cue them and say, you know, keep your eyes closed, but come into a comfortable seat. We're going to close our experience with Nadi Shodhana. They'll do it with them for like a couple minutes and then have them sit in meditation, because your yoga practice was designed so you can sit in meditation. That's why the asana was made, right? So it's nice to give that experience. And even after a whole yoga class, sometimes sitting in meditation can still be really annoying. Some people hate Shavasana, especially if you're new to yoga. And so giving them a tool like alternate nostril first, even just for 2 minutes, it's a nice way to end the class. Okay, I'm going to guide you through it so you can experience it. Go ahead and sit up tall, find a comfortable seat. Let your hands relax somewhere comfortable, and go ahead and close your eyes. Let's just take a deep breath through the nose. Drop the jaw, big audible exhale, side out. Again, big inhale. And exhale. One more time. Now just relax the breath. Let it find a natural pace. Maybe noticing that space just below the nostrils where you feel the cool air entering, warmer air exiting. We're going to begin our practice today with Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breath. It's a great focusing breath. And it involves using the hands. So go ahead and take your pointer and middle finger. You can either bring them into the palm using your right hand, or you can simply rest your pointer and middle finger on the bridge of your nose. If you're unsure, just peek your eyes open for a second. And then you can always relax them closed. Let's take a deep breath through both nostrils. Seal the right nostril with the thumb and exhale left. Inhale through the same left side. Seal with the ring finger and exhale out of the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Seal with the thumb. Exhale out of the left nostril. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Sit up tall. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. And continue on your own. You're transitioning after your breath in. You can even visualize the breath as a light or a color entering through the nostril, expanding up to the mind by the third eye, and exiting out of the opposite nostril, creating that mountain-like shape as the breath comes in and rises up, and releases out the other nostril. Taking a couple more rounds. And the next time you exhale out of your left nostril, release your hand down to your lap, but keep your eyes closed. And then we'll take a deep breath through both nostrils. Open the mouth, let it go. And slowly lift the gaze. So how was that?
Oh my God. That was the most relaxing for me.
Yeah, very.
Who doesn't like it?
Can't breathe.
Okay.
I hear, she's,
So this is the other thing. Some of you guys are really aggressive with your hands. It's supposed to be super gentle and relaxed. Like my hand's just hovering by my nose. And I'm not like slamming that nostril closed. It's just like, yeah, you had some like crazy things going on here. I'm like, oh man, it's getting in there. But some of you guys also had these like really aggressively extended fingers. That's uncomfortable. Like, just like, I should barely see the movement. You can even keep the thumb and the ring finger just like very gently touching the nostrils, and it's a very small movement. Stuffy noses. It is nice to offer a tissue. Some people do that. I don't know. The thing is, if you actually can push through this annoyance of not breathing, it can clear up your nostrils because of that little bit of pressure. But you have to kind of get through the, it's not fun to get there, let's say that. Why did you hate it? You hated it, right?
no, not me.
Oh, who said they? Oh, you hated it. Oh, I thought you hated it. Anybody else have like an aversion to it? Because that usually there's a couple people.
I don't hate it, but I've done it before and it makes me a little bit anxious.
Yes, thank you. Awesome. So this you would. I know, but you bring up a lot of.
Somebody likes my anxiety.
It's a real deal thing, and honestly, it's important to bring up because you're gonna undoubtedly have someone come up to you when you're teaching and be like, that totally did not make me feel calm or focused. I felt really anxious when we did that in the start of class. And you, as a teacher, don't want to be like, fuck, what do I say now? You know what I mean? You want to say, you know what, that's actually really common. Of course you might feel a little anxious because you're narrowing the amount of breath you get so much that it's a little edgy for the body when it's brand new. That's really normal. And if that's how you feel, just try 1 or 2 rounds and then go back to your regular Dirga breath or Ujjayi. So I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
I had a teacher that used to do that, and then she used to do something like a dragon breath with it.
Lion's breath?
Are you talking about Kapalati or Vastrika?
Well, we didn't do that, but she did it with that. Yeah. Fire.
It might be a Kira technique, so there's a lot of different Kira techniques which like get...
That I thought was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I wouldn't love
I
that.
like this one much better.
Yeah, so this is more traditional. This is alternate nostril. And then Anuloma Viloma, all you're going to do, just watch, ready? Super subtle.
Oh no.
I'm just closing my nostrils, sealing it in between. That's the only difference.
Both.
Both.
So like holding your nose.
Yeah. A little edgy, of the two, obviously, that's more advanced. You would not whip that out in a basic yoga class, like, welcome to yoga, stop breathing. You know what I mean? That's it. It might not be great. Nadi Shodhana leads in to you being able to practice Anuloma Viloma. I have it in here because I want you to try this as a student, not because I necessarily expect you to be teaching this. I've never taught that in a class, ever.
Is the taking the air in, taking the air out at the same nostril?
Exactly.
And then you hold it closed?
So it's going to be inhale, exhale. Breathe in, same nostril. At the breath in, hold. Nostrils are sealed. Exhale. Inhale, same nostril. So instead of just transitioning, you're closing before your transition. Like I said, literally never taught it in a class. Teaching 10 years. Have taught it in private situations.
I have a question.
Have practiced myself.
What's
Yeah.
the point of it?
With the kumbhaka, breath of which one? Of sealing completely?
Both.
Okay, well, Nadi Shodhana, remember we talked about it's very purifying for the nadis. So it's very focused. It's believed to purify the nadis much more so than any breath.
Okay.
Because of this connection, you can read the whole thing here energetically. There's male and feminine energies and it cleanses both of them. So because of that, it cleanses the nadis more so in the body than other pranayama techniques. Physically, because we're doing all this jazz and we have a lot to focus on, it's very focusing for your mind. It can calm your body a lot too because the pace of the breath is so slow. And as we slow our breath down, yeah, it can be a little edgy for some of us sometimes, but it does calm the nervous system.
Now, what's the point of holding it?
The point of holding it with the kumbhaka is breath retention in general is almost like a meditation technique. It's kind of like this idea of pushing your edge of what can be uncomfortable to learn how to find comfort in it. And so, like, I love working with kumbhaka in my breath practice, but I do it with ujjayi breath. So I just breathe in, hold my breath for as long as a little longer than it feels right, and then I breathe out.
So you can do the kumbhaka without the alternate.
You guys do it in class all the time, probably. If you've ever been in a class where they say inhale for 4, hold the breath for 4, exhale for 8, you're practicing kumbhaka.
Okay.
It's just, I include it as a part of this pranayama because it has to happen in that pranayama for it to transform from Nadi Shodhana to Anuloma Viloma.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any questions, comments?
The nadis, like where are they in the body? Do they extend from head to toe?
Yeah, it's just like your veins and your arteries, your nervous system. It's just this like, you think about if you go for acupuncture.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're energetic pathways. They're all throughout your body.
So it cleanses, has the potential, pranayama, to cleanse them all.
That is the idea. Any questions?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Like for the Nadi Shodhan or Anulom Vilom, is there a specific time of the day so that we can practice? Like, what's the best time?
That's
the
a good
morning
question.
or like sunrise or sunset time?
This is a great Nadi Shodhana, great for insomnia. If you wake up in the middle of the night and can't fall back asleep, do Nadi Shodhana. So it's a really good one. We say that it's good for focusing in general, right? So for some of us, it's really challenging to fall asleep at night because we're not focused, because our minds are thinking about the day to follow or reliving the day we had. So it is a great one to do before bed if you want a good night's sleep. I'd say you could do it at any point in the day. I personally start my day with Kapalabhati, which we haven't gotten to yet because that's the one that really wakes you up the most. So I would say within the context of your day or at night. But you're not wrong to do it in the morning. Do you know what I mean? All the breaths we've done so far are not daytime specific as the ones we're going to get to, because the ones we're going to get to are more awakening, and those you would not want to do in the evening. You know what I mean? Okay, so I want you guys to practice teach this, and then, or do you want to practice teach when you come back? What do we want to do? Is anybody getting food from the cafe?
I'm getting a drink.
Yeah? Can we practice teach and then you'll head over there before it opens? Okay. So you want to remember the 4 ingredients that never change are: step 1,
comfortable position.
Comfortable position, comfortable seat. Step 2,
Back
straighten up, sit up tall. Step 3, before that.
Close your eyes.
Actually, close your eyes. I was saying earlier, when you guys are working one-on-one, it's not as weird for someone to have their eyes open because it's like you're having a conversation. When you're new to teaching, close their eyes right away. You'll be way less nervous than having 20 people staring at you and you're like, shit. Once they close their eyes, you feel so much better. So I want to change my order of events for you. Have them sit, close those eyes right away. Seal them. And then you'll feel, trust me, I used to do that all the time. A lot of them will. A lot of people keep their eyes closed for a lot of it. So sit down, close your eyes, sit up tall, connect with your natural breath. Then I told you what you're doing. I told you how to set up your hand. I said you can bring your pointer and middle finger into your palm, but if that's uncomfortable, just rest them on the bridge of your nose. Do you remember what I did after that?
Take a deep breath in.
thumb.
Before any of that, I said if you're unsure, peek your eyes open. I'm doing it here. Because this is a one where you don't need to demonstrate it, but people are going to be unsure. So this is one of the ones where as I teach it, my eyes are open, but I do it with you. Because you also will lose track of what you should be saying, especially in the beginning, if you're not doing it. So your eyes are open. You're not really doing the breath as much as you're doing the hand movement, okay? So you get them set up. You'll take a deep breath through both nostrils. Seal the right nostril with the thumb gently. You can say gently because you guys had some crazy fingers. I did not say that. And then exhale out of your left nostril. Inhale through that same left nostril. Seal with the ring finger. Exhale right. So the most language that you're going to give in the beginning is what side, what hand, what finger, what transition. Then I slowly remove that and I just start saying inhale left, close, exhale right, inhale right, close, exhale left. So most information to least information. Then I'll say continue on your own. And I even give you a little visualization. I said envision the breath, creating that mountain-like shape coming in through one nostril, arcing up towards the mind, exiting out of the other nostril. You don't have to get there, but I wanted you guys to experience it. Questions?
It doesn't matter which hand you use, right?
I was taught that you should use your right hand, but I don't know if that's just because like historically it was all, like my nana had like her hand slapped because she was supposed to be a righty. I don't know if that's like, if there's more to that.
It's a disability.
I don't know, but I've always taught it and I learned it that it should be your right hand, but I don't have any validity to that for you.
I think anything left was like sinister.
Well,
like to be
Also,
sensitive.
you have to have everybody on the same side because your thumb is going to be on a different nostril based on the side you're on. So you could say left, but then your righty's in the room. It's not that bad. I would stick with right.
Fingers, I guess if you just say the nostril side, but.
Yeah, but for something like this, you do want to give them the information because otherwise you're going to have people unsure.
What nostril do you breathe out first?
Breathe out of your left.
Breathe out with left, okay.
Inhale through left. Exhale out, inhale same side. It really doesn't matter which one you start on. What matters more is that you follow your pace. If you look at this historically and get into the books, they will say it totally matters which side you start on, but I'm not even going to get there right now. Because I just want you guys to understand how to teach this more than anything.
And how's it pronounced again?
Nadi, Shodana. All the H's are actually aspirated, like Shodana, but another conversation for another day.
Sushumna?
Shishumna. Shishumna Nadi, that's like the double helix one that comes up the spine, and they say if you connect with it, that's it. You have your bliss, you're in samadhi, you're gonna have a deep meditative experience.
When can you levitate?
I'm still working on it. I'll get back to you in my next lifetime, maybe. Are we ready to practice?